All right, let's talk about 7 things that kill the deal. There's all kinds of things that can kill a real estate deal, but here's 7 things that I've experienced, and it's never fun when a deal falls apart. So one thing that you never see coming is an IRS tax lien. If the seller has an IRS tax lien, it's generally completely unrelated to the property itself. It's related to other issues in their life, business or whatever, but it's something that has to be satisfied on the property because the lien is on the property itself, and the seller oftentimes doesn't even comprehend the magnitude of what the lien will do, and they won't be able to sell without getting that lien released, and sometimes the sale price doesn't satisfy the lien, so watch out for that one. New lines of credit. So this is something that would kill a deal from the buyer's side. So you buy a car, you finance furniture, you do something where you get a new line of credit, and then the lender pulls your credit towards the end of the deal, and then you're no longer meeting that debt to income ratio threshold, maybe brought your credit down a little bit, kills the deal at the last minute. Loss of employment. That one's a little more obvious, but it happens. Sometimes the buyer will lose a job or change jobs. If you're going to change jobs and you're buying a house, wait till after closing, then change the job. Flood insurance. This is something that a seller won't always know that the lender's going to require flood insurance. If they live in a flood zone and their house is paid for, they may not have flood insurance. They wouldn't necessarily know that it's required. Maybe the flood map's changed, whatever. But flood insurance, generally not very expensive, can be very expensive. And if that's not something a buyer's aware of up front, that can change the equation for them and kill the deal. Appraisals, this one we've talked about in other videos. The appraisal comes in low. Sellers aren't able to bridge the gap. An appraisal can kill the deal. Lender required repairs. Certain types of loan require the house to be at a certain standard. And if the repairs are extensive and the parties can't agree, it'll kill the deal. Most of the time it doesn't. 9 times out of 10, we can navigate a situation like that. Every now and then it kills the deal. And lastly, unsettled estates. So estates can be complicated. Sometimes it's real clean and simple with one executor who signs all the papers. Sometimes you need multiple people to sign. And if it's a family situation where there's Uncle Fred who no one's talked to in 20 years, but he has to sign the papers, then that can create a complication. So if you're buying an estate, it is something that you want to know, is everything settled and squared away as far as who's going to need to sign the papers at closing? Otherwise, you might end up with a surprise. Again, there are lots of things that can kill the deal. Those are 7 of them. Watch out. Be careful out there.